Welcome back to another morning skate show with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY, directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. It's a Wednesday, May 11, 2022, and I'm glad to having a lot of people in the chat already. Hopefully an amazing, great Wednesday so far. And what about the playoff? Already 9 days in the playoff. It's a rock and roll. Plus last night, the NHL draft Lottery 2022. Here, there's some reaction. What happening last night during the NHL? Here we go.
The first overall selection in the 2022 NHL draft belongs to the Montreal Canadiens.
Number one. The number one. The Montreal Canadiens! The Montreal Canadiens! Here we go! Here we go! The Montreal Canadiens! Reverse! Here we go! The Montreal Canadiens pick number one of 2022! Showing right at home! The Montreal Canadiens did it again! Here we go. This is the couple of insider. Have a great a reaction after the pick of the Montreal Canadiens. It was amazing to see the Montreal pick up to get the first overall pick after a miserable, long year with the Montreal. They found a way to get that, and it was a great night for the All Insider, Andrew and ENORTAP. We thank them to be a part of the show last night. And that's happening. Hopefully you guys have an amazing, great day. And let's see what's happening here. We have a few people already in the chat, and we're going to welcome everybody. Mr. Jose Duarte, directly from the beautiful upstate New York. Welcome aboard. Corey Hill, directly from Ottawa area, number one friend of the Senator, is in the house today. Don't forget to click on the likes. Right here. Right here. And we have Mr. Ron with Kings 20, number one fans of the Los Angeles Kings with a big W last night. Welcome aboard directly from Utah. From Finland, Mr. Yamo Vertanen. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new person in the chat. Please, all the regular, welcome him. Mr. Pardon me, while I puke, Bobcast is in the house today. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. Yes, it's a great day when we do talk about hockey all the time. The insider of the Hockey Nation Live show for the warm-up show, the co-host, and also the co-host of the Power Play show. I'm talking about Mr. ENORTAP is in the house today. And our friend Alan Barnes. Welcome aboard, Mr. Alan. Thanks to so much for joining us today. Hopefully you guys click on the likes. And, Mr. Francois Pitre. Welcome back, Mr. Francois. The Montreal, Mr. Right. The price is right. And, yeah, Ron. Take it easy, Ron. Breathe, Ron. You never know what could happen. You know what I'm talking about. Tressolo with a beauty to tie it up, but Atanasio with the goal of the night. Run in Kings, we see Tressolo scored 2 goals, one on short and one in the power play, and then Camp scored a winning goal about that one. They look like Ottawa is sunny over there. Congratulations. Directly from British Columbia, back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Mr. Luke. From Finland, the quiz guru has 0-6 so far during the week. He's on the verge maybe to change his Mr. Yamo Vertanen. Mr. Popcast said, after Wright, what other do you think the Abs will select Rangers fans since the 1979 in New Jersey? Mr. Rangers see many players like Jean Rattel, Vic Atfield, and Brent Leach and Mike Richter. and so many great players over there. Been to the Rangers. I always, when I was young, I always loved the Montreal Canadiens. I did not like the Boston Bruins, but I always loved the jersey of the Rangers. I don't know why. I got a jersey young for my dad, Rod Gilbert, and I always stuck with that jersey whatsoever. I was always wearing Guy Lafleur. The Rangers blue navy jersey is always be stuck with me, Mr. Podcast, about that. And chance que Smith was pas François. You're welcome. Coach, I've been thinking long and hard about this, and I have a strong feeling right won't be a abs a couple of months. Don't laugh, they smell out on my madness. Right won't be a ab in a couple of months. Don't worry about that, Mr. Enortap. They will trade. They will get Shane Wright with the Montreal Canadiens. Congratulations for the King. Corey Hill, who do you think Ottawa Senators pick at number 7? It all depends, Corey, who's going to be ready there. Savoie could be a pick over there too, Corey. Now they, can he stay a defenseman open up like Jiricek or Nemec, Corey? Can Kemel be in that area also? You never know what direction the draft will going to be, but it's going to be a great pick, Corey, at that moment. Roger Koskinen is in the net the next game. Yamo. What about Daniel Nurse? Do you believe Daniel Nurse is going to get suspended? I believe he would be suspended at least one game. I agree with you, R.I.P. Rod and many other players like Mike Bossy and Guy Lafleur and Rod Gilbert, Clark Gillies. We lost a lot of good people. Mr. R.J. Calabro is in the house. I don't see how he cannot be suspended. If this is not suspended, I don't know what you can say anything about that. It's just a bad head on direction, the head of Philippe Danault. It's not acceptable in hockey. If they accept this with with only a fine, this is going to be really ridiculous from the NHL player safety program, because this is literally a gesture to be eliminated at any time, like the cross-checking and the face should be always eliminated and suspension. This should be the same way. Every time you hit the head of someone, every time you try to hurt someone with your stick or a bad head like that, you have to be sure you suspend this guy. You cannot accept it. You cannot accept those kind of gestures, whatever is done in Nurse or Kulak or whatever they are. It's not acceptable. Jean Potvin also, yes, you're absolutely right about that one over there. What was the last time Montreal Canadiens got the first overall pick? Curious, 1980. Correct, 42 years ago. It was a great game last night. It was a great hockey game last night. In hockey, net domination of Carolina. Toronto came back with 2 goals. 2 times they come back in the game. The Tarasenko Knight versus Kaprizov. And then finally, the Edmonton, where it was 4-2. It's just like a crazy game, of course, about that one over there. It's Hope Wright. I hope Wright is the right man for Montreal. I have an history of the picking suspect for a spot. Only Lafleur was a major hit after his old blast. The rest is the garbage about that one there. Mr. Joseph LANHAM, welcome aboard. It was a cross-checking, but it was at the lower back run with Kings. So they were not going to get, he's going to maybe have a fine about this one over there. That's how this works usually about that one on game. That moment, Kane have also 2 minutes for that position. It's been other orders. So in that time, François, today, by the way, I make a video here, guys. I want to share it with you. With that one over there. Every day, guys, I do a video about it's a new series. It's called Abs Daily News. And I bring news about the Montreal Canadiens, what's going on, everything like that. Today, this video is all about the result of the lottery. So you don't learn a lot, but you're going to learn about the 14 picks for Montreal for the upcoming NHL draft. Who are they? And, you know, 2 in the first round pick, 2 in the second round pick, 3 on the third, 3 on the fourth, and I can go all the way like that. But I did not mention in that video who they should pick. It's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to give you example why they should pick this players or these players and the reason why they cannot, and the expectation of the player they're going to select. So I listened a lot, Ken Hughes, for the last 2 days, what he said, what they think about, you know, the Montreal Canadiens with Ken Hughes, guys. It's all about they want to build a kind of culture. So you have 2 areas they talk about all the time. Whatever they pick or they trade for is the character of the players, always. Secondly, the player need to be fast. They want to play a game to be fast. And thirdly, they want to be sure the player is really an IQ or a vision of the game above an average. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking at 6'6" or 6'5" at the beginning. They're really looking for the 3 aspects I just mentioned to you. That's the Montreal Canadiens, for what I heard all the time by can use. So it would be interesting how they're going to get. Now, of course, people are going to say, okay, Shane Wright. Shane Wright is all on the 99.9 people, expert or follow the draft every year, prospect year after year. They pick Shane Wright number 1. It's been there. It was going to be like this. But this year, guys, it's a draft where it's not like the Matthews. It's not like McDavid. It's not like Crosby. Where you know when you're going to select the number 1, you know nobody's going to get better on that draft. It will not going to happen, because when you pick Connor McDavid, it's a 1 step over everybody else. So it's, you know, I mean, you cannot make a big mistake that year with, example, McDavid. I'll just give you an example, right? But a year like this year, it's a little bit like the year at Nico O'Shire or Jack Hughes, or where the number 3, the number 6, the number 8 could become the best player on the draft that year. It's just happening. And I will give you an example. Like, if you look about the Detroit Red Wings, they select Maurice Seder, number 4, number 6. But he's maybe the best player on that draft. But that's the kind of draft you have this year. It's not guaranteed Shane Wright is going to be the best player on the draft. But what I guarantee you, it's going to give a punch if they select Shane Wright, a punch number 1 and 2 as a center. They have a lot of element on the Shane Wright. Maybe I would go and talk about him tomorrow. Don't go to sell what I'm going to talk tomorrow. But the player I'm going to talk tomorrow, I'm going to give you all the asset he does. What is good and one displays. Where you don't see this when you watch hockey. Because when you watch hockey, you follow the puck. That's what usually most of people do. They don't see the little details. Where the cap control, the position of the skate, the position of the stick, where he put is where he's going to open up an area, where he's going to go under the defenseman. And all those, the details of the game. But that's what I'm going to bring to you tomorrow during the video. So don't forget to watch this video. Every day, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, I make a video for the Abs Daily News. They are a little bit more deeper. They are about 9 minutes each. But they are really informative about Montreal Canadiens. And of course, the next couple of days, we're going to follow with the Laval Rocket, where they are an American Hockey League playoff. For now, they have won the series of the best of 5. And they play tomorrow night and Saturday. So that's what's happening about this. Did I say Mr. Joseph LANHAM is in the house? So welcome aboard. If I did, I apologize. You know, sometimes it's better to say twice and not say anything. Thursday game, can all the home game win and advance to round 2? No, because Boston play Carolina. Tampa Bay play at home again. Toronto. Really interesting because now they are due. Then New Jersey have publicly announced this is up for a trade. If Hughes do the try, it get his pick as well. Petrie, Michigan, big, etc. I don't honestly, guy, I don't trust this part over there. They of course, as a GM, you're going to open the door because you maybe get something big, but it's not the year you're going to get a lot in return. Compared to a specific player like Matt Bedard or Michkov or Fantilli. Next year, if you pick number 1, 2, and 3, you may be thinking to make that trade over there. New Jersey are about 1, 2 position. If I'm New Jersey right now, they want to trade the second round pick like this, I will trade their pick, not to Minnesota, but I will trade for the goaltender John Gibson for Anaheim, and I will ask them in return to get their first round pick. And well, Anaheim is a little bit lower. Yeah, Anaheim is a little bit lower, so I don't know. Maybe trade. I will maybe trade Pavel Zacha with the second round pick. In return, I ask them to give me John Gibson, and their first round pick is become what, number 7, 8, 9. I don't know. They're in front of me. That would be the kind of trade New Jersey I will do if I was them. They need a goaltender over there. Why we need to do that? That's why, coach, I don't believe Wright will land in Montreal. They will trade the pick for 2 lower, 5 and 10. Could we have collectively greater value potential? Could just write. I will not do that in ENORTAP because if you trade now, your Calgary trade pick, you trade your number 1 pick. It's not worth it in ENORTAP. You're not going to get 2 picks in return at 5 and 10 to get Shane Wright about that. We pray in Montreal to get a punch center 1 and 2. You have an opportunity to do that. Why are you going to give up that pick and to get 7, 10, and then you get a prospect in return? I don't know what would be the purpose of the Montreal to do that. So, example, if they trade Anaheim, their pick number 9, example, and they give number 1 to the Anaheim, and they return, they get a prospect, I don't know, a defenseman over there, example. But that's, I don't know the advantage for Montreal to do that. I don't see that. Because what happening right there, they're not going to give them 2 pick in return. So that would be not necessary. I would not understand why they would do that for Montreal. I don't know the purpose about that. You have a chance to get a center number 1, and now the people thinking now to trade the pick. I don't get it. I don't get it. We think to get Shane Wright, but now we get him. Now people want to trade the pick. I don't get it. I don't get the people. I don't get the fans. I don't get why you go that. I don't get it. And I knew that would be go that way. Like I said, hopefully they pick number 3 because now that will shut down everything about that one there. They will go with maybe with Cooley in number 3 or maybe Nemec about that. And but again, if you want to have a punch 1 and 2, you get Shane Wright. That's what you get with him over there. And you already have some great prospects that are playing on the team. What they need is a goaltender. Until the New Jersey don't have a goaltender, they're not going to do anything about that. Shane Wright is not generation, but it could be an all-star, maybe a superstar. I would not say a superstar because the superstars are rare. You talk about Ken McCarr, maybe not McCarr, you talk about more like a McKinnon, a superstar like McCarr, yeah. McKinnon, right? So that's what you get of that one, Mr. Sling. YT, welcome aboard. Mr. Pierre Martin, welcome aboard. Thanks to be a part of the show. Don't forget to click on the likes. And should otherwise try to get another first round pick? No. Corey, again, what you give in return a prospect, so they will request for you as, I don't know, maybe they will request to you, Corey, Shane Pinto. Are you willing to give a Shane Pinto for the first round pick? Are you willing to give a Brady Tkachuk in return for the first round pick? They will ask, you know, it's not like a police station you can trade and you go like this. You need to give back. It's always what you gave back when you ask a question, when you dislike. It's between Wright and Slavkovsky, Francois Pitre. I know Wright or Slavkovsky is just right. You cannot put Slavkovsky on the same page like Wright. You cannot. It's two different players. You talk about a center, a winger. And Wright, at his age, is about, other the fact Slavkovsky is bigger, right? Right, you have a better shot. Right, have a better vision. Right, have better IQ. Right, is a better skater. It's just the element of Right over Slavkovsky. But talk about the physicality, talk about the size, now you go with Slavkovsky. But the rest, the quick release of Right, the two-way player he is, the smart player he is, no one in this draft is like him. No one. A bit of the interest news, Red Wing rookie Fernando Rancina has been named one of the 3 finalists of the Galter Trophy. Maurice Sender named finalist NHL Rookie of the Year. RJ, welcome aboard. Thanks to let us know. Will Winnipeg be active this summer, considering they are willing to move Scheffler and Hellebuck? From this morning, I heard like Scheffler never asked for the trade. Again, if you go with Scheffler and Hellebuck, now you're going to become a retools, rebuilding, and look like Winnipeg is not on that direction over there. So I don't see they will trade Hellebuck. It's rare you have a goaltender like him in the NHL. They don't have anybody in their right now to pick his spot. And about Scheffler, I think they will wait until the trade deadline next season before they move him. And then from that, they will see what they look like, what they are, and what they have, direction they have to do. Now, also, think about this. If they want to bring Barry Trotz, and now they decide to trade Scheffler Hellebuck, it's not common sense to me. So they will see. I don't see Winnipeg to go that way. Winnipeg is, you know, they have Chad Lucic. Is it Lucic? And the prospect, I forgot his name, jeez. You know, they're going to have another good pick this year, so it'll be interesting. We cannot really miss either star or huge power forward with a high ceiling. Francois, no, exactly about this. Don't forget to click on the like. Because for the Montreal, they need either a center or a power forward, is my point. You need a center. A center is the key you have to get. We don't have center. And we pray and we request this forever. And we always said to Matt Bergeron, you never trade for the center. Now you have a chance to get a center at punch 1 and 2. A little bit what Bergeron and Krejcik did for the Boston Bruins. They never have a superstar 120-point Boston Bruins. Bergeron was, what, 85 points? Krejcik about 80 points. That's what you get with Shane Wright and Krejcik. I don't say they are like them, but that's the kind of player you can become. They can become one day. So you can completely satisfy your line of the middle of the ice. And that's what you're looking for. And that's what it be for me with doing. Matt Murray, if Ottawa Senator is valued, that would be enough first-round pick. No, Matt Murray is not to be traded for the first-round pick. Matt Murray have a really difficult year for the last 2 years with injury. Corey, carry on at $6.2 million. You're not going to trade this. If you want to get a first-round pick, Corey, I will say to you, give me your first your first best prospect you have and your team. That's what you're going to do that. I'm going to give you a first round pick where it could be my first top best 2-3. And return, Corey, I will ask you, give me your first prospect. That's how it works. And right-hand defenseman, Francois. Now you talk about Nemec and Cherechek on that one over there. They are solid defensemen. Both of them, I think Cherechek is a bit better overall. 6'3", 185 or 200 at most. And then Nemec is a 6'1". Every player we talk about, the Slakowski, the Nemec, the Cherechek, they all play on the World Championship start next week. You have a chance watching them. I don't want to trade the pick, coach. I just saw use reaction, not enjoy it, overjoy, and believe it will use pick to better themselves. Exam, not another pick for seller for and first pick. Did not do that. I'm telling you right now, no one will trade their pick 2023 if you are not in the playoff. No one will do that. The draft 2023 guy is considered maybe one of the best top 5 draft in the history NHL. How deep it is next year. So you're not going to make a lot of trade 2023. At least you finish at the bottom, at the top 10 at the NHL. So that would be something like that. Now, Ken Hughes announced he's not going to draft his son Jack as a first-round pick. No, Ron. His offensive is above, all right, average. His defensive is great defense. So when you talk about defense guy, is a really smart player. So he knows what to do on back checking, on position on the ice, the breakout. He knows to recognize, to read the play and how the play is developed. It's not, this is not easy to understand. He already has it. That's what he is. All right. That's how kind of player it is, Shane Wright. By the way, I already buy my jersey, right? That's another subject I can bring to you next time. That's the story. Coach, what are you talking about? There you go. Let's see what I can do for you guys. All right. And I know I'm hiding behind the screen right now. Hopefully you see it. But you can see him in the middle of the ice. What he does right now, he's open up his space in the ice to get a puck from his teammates. And then he's number 51. What he's going to do, if his teammates cut in the middle of the ice of the logo, Shane Wright is going to recognize this. What he's going to do, he's going to jump in the guys in front of him. All right, the guys at the red line is going to create a block where he don't get a penalty, but he will maybe go beside him so he can open up the space of the guy that carry on the puck on the left side of Shane Wright. Those details, that's what he got. That's what he does. So when you watch the film, that's what you try to understand. Can the players recognize those kinds of the information? So I make a ton of pictures of Shane Wright, so I can show to you on my video tomorrow how he play in NHL and OHL. Because not talking right will be a huge bond. I think as a manager trade a pick next year, draft will be the career as a GM. What if somehow, Pierre, you can turn that into the bet out the next year? I would send a line, see if a fish would bite for the bait. It gave away the bet out, the pick 23. That's the point behind that, right? That's what I said earlier. Nobody would trade that pick, unfortunately, without guarantee to do so. This is not Vegas. Use Campbell about that. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew Lepage. Place to get up. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Only Montreal pick him sometimes GM because other direction when you are not pay attention. Yeah, Corey, they can select, I don't know, Nemec. And you are completely, again, everybody said you should bring Shout right. But, you know, the key is the number one. You're going to take a player's going to make the NHL one day, and it depends, right? Of course, for years, Ken Hughes, Martin St. Louis, watched a lot Logan Cooley. Cooley grew up at the backyards of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Cooley is born in Pittsburgh. He played all his year in junior against Jack Hughes' son. So he knows a lot Logan Cooley. Maybe knows his personality, or maybe take a chance to go with Logan Cooley. But if you talk about a player completely overall on every aspect of the game, right now, from all the experts, they select Shane Wright. At the end of the day, the pick not going to be traded because the pick is in Montreal, 2022. It's going to be a sellout, and the people will be waiting for the Montreal Canadiens select for the Frontenac, for the Kingston Frontenac, the number 51. First pick overall, Shane Wright. Just kidding. François, an experienced manager, peut do that. Here we go. I will be back. Andrew Renault. I take Slavkovsky tomorrow. If he was from North America, he would be conscious with a scout. He's from Slovakia. What kind of player he can become? Maybe another Marian Ulsa, Renault. Slavkovsky is a big 6'4". It all depends if the team Montreal will looking more for a winger as a center. But again, you're not going to make a big mistake if you trade Slavkovsky, Cooley, or Shane Wright. We have to right pick as fans. Michael James says Slavkovsky is on here is no for pick. Most of them they are Mike, honestly. This year, Slavkovsky could be similar to Karolina Shevnikov. Great comparison, Yamo, about Slavkovsky. And maybe Shane Wright could become Sébastien Aho. Another player they talk about Shane Wright, and I like this simulation. I don't like when they talk to me about Ryan O'Reilly or Patrice Bergeron. I don't like the Patrice Bergeron compared with Shane Wright. I think Bergeron is another star. For me, Patrice Bergeron is a superstar elite on the two-way sides of the game. He's a one step over everybody. Like McDavid is another step over everybody on point on the offensive side. You want to compare Shane Wright, what in my eyes, if he really become a great hockey player, it's Elias Lindholm with the Calgary Flames. If you want to compare him, I think that's a great way to do that. The good thing about Shane Wright is quick release is a little bit looking like Ryan O'Reilly. Now, I don't know if he can become like Ryan O'Reilly, but Elias Lindholm is really one player I believe he could be the same, similar like him when he's going to be his full mature. So that gives you an idea what he looked like. At least, a compare. Not you think Snowkiss is the only power forward of this king of the next 2-3 pick. Not if you think Slavkovsky is the only power forward of this kind of the next 2 years. He get 2 top 5 pick and the 2023 to pick prospect with super potential about that. Shevnikov for sure has always been a high offensive player. Slavkovsky has struggled to score at W Junior in the pro. Michael said, so like Lindholm, Shane might take time. Yeah, but that's normal about this. Plus he missed 1 year, Michael. Last 5 year top pick, which player is the best? And a trade, Wright is a good start and the tools, Jose. I agree with you, coach, on Bergeron level. Not all espresso will all draft first overall. History, some best player is later in the draft. That's normal, Corey, about that one over there for sure. It all depends what year you talk about, but, if you consider Yamo Tressadol, maybe Tressadol is 6 years now. Yamo, I will go with Tressadol. Not Tressadol, McDavid. Now Matthews maybe 5 years now. If I can. Draft NHL. Would you trade your first pick for Columbus 6 and 12? I will, but Columbus will say no to you, Renault, about that. I don't think so. They will give you both of them because at that number 6 they can get Mathieu Savoie. At number 12 they can get Lambert. They can get Nazar, Mantinuc, the defenseman over there. I will not do that. And after that, where do you think Montreal will finish next year, 2023? 2023. So this is in 2 years. Because next year is 22-23. Was Nurse départ en Dano qu'on live short of force? Yeah, for me it's a suspension, Renault, about that for sure. On my eyes, I don't know what you think about that, but on my eyes, it's going to be suspension. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes before you leave. Let's dive in here. A couple of things I want to talk about before we jump at the end of the show. First of all, the Montreal Canadiens got a first overall pick, like everybody knows. And then also, one player we don't talk yesterday is during all those, crazy stuff. Is Patrick Marleau announced his retire after 21 seasons in NHL. 1,779 game play is a record of NHL. Shot all-time leader with goals, 522 goals, and point 1,111 point in NHL. The number 12 is going to have his retire jersey on the rafter of the San Jose Sharks next year. Just an amazing, great players. And we'll see what he's going to go out of fame. I believe he's going to make it. But what a players he had been for many years behind others. And for that part, Pens have plenty of cap space, especially if they don't sign Malkin. Where are they going to summer? Well, they have to sign Brandon Ross, Renault. They have to sign also Le Tank. So the money over there is not like they have a lot overall, Renault. So it will be interesting what they're going to do next season about Malkin. But I don't know yet how much Malkin you want to see over there. Is it the last time they got that one over there? Because honestly, they lost $9,500 million. Brass make $3,500. You have to pay Kapanen also. You have to pay also Raquel. You have to pay Rodriguez. And then as the defenseman, you have to pay Letang, and Beaulieu will be out. And as a goaltender, you have to find another goaltender for one more year. Expect also to pay also Therese Jarry next year. After that, he become a UFA. So the money is not like it's a lot in Pittsburgh. Right now, the salary cap is $2 million under. No, there's zero right now. So Renault, money is not full over there for sure. Renault about the Pittsburgh. And get rid of the mess. Bergeron make it with a cap. Mr. NHL, welcome aboard. And could be a part of the show. It was a great career for him for sure. About that one there. Frank, I think we have to wait out the price to get a good contract. He keep bottoming out for next 5 years. And make it not worth $9 million more. Penn offering 5 years for $3 million. $5 million for 3 years to Malkin. It's not a bad contract for Malkin at $5 million. Yeah, I believe I've finished between 22 position and the next draft. Coach, let's see your silly after you scoring a goal. About that, thanks. I have enough to finish as a World Cup next year. No. Pierre Martin, I don't think so. I assume Montreal make it. They don't have enough players. No goaltender. Again, we don't know the roster for every team, so it's for me it's hard to to take him next year. We don't know who's the roster. We don't know what they look like. Montreal with Carey Price, Montreal without Carey Price, Montreal with no defenseman, right defenseman, without Petrie. What are you going to do? So it will be interesting. This is the team Sweden for the World Championship, guys. A couple of players to watching for Team Sweden. They are not like, a big team. They have a couple of NHL players on that team. Their defense is pretty good. If you think about Dallin, Larson, and Adam Larson also, and Ekman and Larson, and then the ex-Montreal Canadien, Christian Follin, is over there. But the team will be okay, but not great. That's what they are. The three Vezina trophy next. Surprisingly, Max Strom's Rose, it's just a kid. They get out Freddie Anderson on that one over there. It's a little bit surprisingly. We're going to have a special show for the nomination of all the trophies going to happen with the power play at some point when we have the time to do that. What's your celebration after scoring a goal, Coach? Let's see. I don't have the NHL the video in front of me to do that. Wait when we see like a play about that. I don't think so. They would keep Glag in the team. Any Ottawa Senators on the Swedish team? Just wondering. I don't think so. Nordstrom, Glenberg, Amen, Beckstrom. Where Emil Bamstrom playing? Columbus. Oh, he playing Columbus. Buffalo. Buffalo. Gustafson, Chicago. No. They don't have. Sorry about that. Is South still Canada or does missing the playoff hurt his chance? Not at all, Ross, because usually run all the pick are not necessary for the playoff. Does not count run. So this split really the trophy come with everything happening on the season regular. Nothing have to do with the playoff about that. Going to the jail tonight, I think, Pierre Martin. Oh, it will be interesting to see that a little bit later. I will talk about those 4 games very quickly, guys. First of all, the East Conference, the team at home win yesterday. Net domination of the Carolina Hurricanes against the Boston Bruins from the beginning of the game until to the end. Ranta was between the pipe. Have a solid game against the Boston Bruins where they are behind. They bring back Charlie McAvoy from the Super Chat, and that would be. We have a Super Chat. Oh, Super Chat! Here we go. Super Chat! NHL new report! Oh yeah, report! Rivers! Super Chat! NHL report. Try to find my hype. And we love it. I will give him a fire. Thank you so much, NHL. Very kind of you about that one there. So the Carolina win yesterday 5-1 over the Boston Bruins. The game will be now the game number 6 in Boston. Boston was not there at all. Not close to win this game, honestly. Net domination showed the Carolina outshot completely Boston Bruins. Game number 2 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Many fans of the Toronto Maple Leafs does not believe on their team. They should, because the Toronto surprisingly beat the Tampa Bay Lightning yesterday by a score of 4-3, and that gave them also a chance for the to take the lead 3-4-3. Oh, another one! Here we go. I'm going to dance all day. Super chat. NHL report reverse. Super chat. Thank you so much, NHL Network. NHL Hockey News Report Network. I don't know what I was thinking about that one over there. And one more love. Dance all day. Yeah. Talking about play amazing. It was a great game, by the way, last night between Toronto and Tampa Bay. The pace of the game was fast, up and down. Tampa Bay take the lead 2-0. It's rare to see Tampa Bay fall apart when they take the lead 2-0. They did not keep the lead like Carolina did against Boston. Toronto came back with 3 goals unanswered to take the lead 3-2. And then McDonough and PK score to tie the game 3-3. And now everybody talk with you going, oh, now Toronto again shaky. Everybody think in the past. They don't believe who they are and what kind of team they can become. And but again, the Marner, the $11 million people are find a way to take the game to the Toronto, the W. Matthew score, and he started the playoff, and they gave the W for the over the champion 4-3. Now the champion had to go back home. They are against the wall. It'll be interesting how they're going to react. That's a series, you know. One team win, the next team lose. Nobody get 2 W back-to-back. We expect Tampa Bay win at home. Now game number 7, and many pessimist fans Toronto will say, here we go. We are back there. We're going to lose the game number 7. But for me, I'm impressed by the play of Toronto. Last night, everybody talked about Matthews, Tavares, the play he did, the pass on the back door. They play about Marner, everything like that. But nobody's going to talk about Jack Campbell. The only reason they win yesterday is Jack Campbell. Campbell make a many times big save when they were losing 2-0, 2-1. And when they take the lead 3-2, Campbell, he's the reason why the Toronto win yesterday 4-3 over the Tampa Bay. The game number 3, guys, it was a Russian night. The Kaprizov 2 goal on power play. Then the St. Louis, the hat trick of Tarasenko. And Tarasenko went over Kaprizov last night. Minnesota fans and the building was disappointed a lot, and now the Blues have in control about that. It's a series compared to Toronto. It's everybody won 2 games back-to-back. The first one was St. Louis Blues, and then 2 for Minnesota. Now St. Louis take advantage, take back the ice. Now they are back home. They have to win at home if they don't want to return to Minnesota. I predict 7 games for the Blues, but they maybe the Blues get a W at the end. Now, the story about that series, everybody talk about Fleury, everybody talk about Kaprizov. Now the story can be turned over by Binnington. Everybody thought Ville Husso would be the star for the Blues, and now from nowhere, Binnington became the Jordan Binnington, and they continue to win, and we'll be interesting about that. In the last game of the night, an OT, Kempe scored 72 seconds of the beginning of the OT. You know, people said, oh, but the Oilers should win. I don't think so. I think that when the Kings play the style they want to play against the Oilers, and until the third period, Oilers cannot do anything. They not shot a lot of goal on the net. And the Kings dominate. Dustin Brown scored, the captain for the Kings. Daniel continues showing his value for the Kings. Quick make a couple of saves. Yeah, it's 3-2. Shocking, yes, it is. But can the Kings eliminate the Edmonton? That would be really surprised me. But we have to give credit for the Kings. Have played another great game as a team unit. Not only one. It's not Kempe, it's Dano. When it's not Dano, it's more. And the defenseman, the Stetcher, the Thursday over there, the people, they play without Dardy over there. That's another big big step over there. And they dominate. And they are leading 3-2. It's not like they are lucky. That's my point. Their work ethic, the simple thing of the game, the details, they did all the time. And you have to give credit for the coach over there. And Edmonton, it was a little bit too late. They wake up a little bit too late about that. I hate to say, but Game 5 then to win leur série, so 8 unmade. But when we have the série, what a failure in the cap. Merci, coach, tous les gars dans le chat. J'espère que nous reparlerons bientôt. Merci. J'espère que tu vas nous revenir plus tard. Go, Abs, go. Scorchy. Oh, my God. Scorchy in the house. Long time. Oh, my God. Here we go. Oh, my God. Scorchy, welcome back. Long time we did not talk to you. Surprise, Tenko's 2 penalty cost them Jose Duarte, plus the 2 penalty for too many men on the ice, Jose. Honestly, I know you're Toronto Maple Leafs fans. John Cooper said after the game, and I agree with him, we let the Toronto earn it easily. We gave them the chance to win those games easily. And he's right about that one then, but Toronto take advantage. Tampa was asking for it. They did everything to bring the lead. Who would do? Todd Campbell would be playing great playoff hockey. Yeah. Are you killing me, Tampa? Take 2 penalties for too many men on the ice. That is unforgivable. Yep. I like that bat more que Fleury in Minnesota. Oh, it's not too late to make the switch, Pierre Martin. Minnesota score second period was great, but Blues are just deeper. Still a shame both of them are not second round, the Blues. NHL, I subscribed to them before. King are doing what few team has done. And that's not only for St. Edmonton, but the whole team. Yep, about that one over there. Thank you so much, RG. Look like you have the baseball afternoon, where I have no clue about that. But it look like he has some baseball over there. Dano and LUCIANO doing great works, great on the offensive side and also on the defensive side. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It is time for what? It's time for the Frenchy quiz. Are you ready? Because today, again, Mr. Run with Kings dominate the weeks with 2W. Mr. Run with Kings 20. And he won Monday with Terry and Roger Delaney. And then Tuesday, Ron went again with Andy Kuivula. And we know this week, Yamo is not doing well. Yamo struggle. We'll see if he can step up over there.
Oh, my God!
And see if you guys is going to find a way to do that. Here we go. Question number 1 of the day. It's all about the Montreal Canadiens. So try to find a way what they did. And it's all about the NHL draft. How many players the Canadian draft since NHL draft 2000? So how many players they draft during the 21st century? The answer or looking for is 170 players. Do you believe this is under, over, or exact? Hopefully I do better, Corey. Yeah. Hopefully, Corey, you try to get there. And you're still out of the jail today, by the way. Mr. Corey went to the jail yesterday. Mike Zuck, welcome back with Jennifer. Mike Zuck, I will change my pen. Mike Zuck said under. This is easy, Yamo. Jose said under. Yamo said over. Francois Dam was gone. Joseph said under. Here we go. Ron with King said under. Francois said over. Over for RJ. Alexandre over. We have Scorchy, he said over. Thanks to participate, everybody. Robert Allen said under. Corey said exact. And ENORTAP said under. And Andrew said under. And Drew copy Mr. ENORTAP. Ladies and gentlemen,
oh my God!
I have to say, oh my God, because you don't believe it, but Yamo did it, and it's over 171 players have drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. So Yamo, François Pitt, RJ, and Alexandre Maillard and Scorchi take the lead at that moment. And everybody else at that moment, we have 7 more people are 0 and 1. And question number 2, we have 3 questions for the people who want to know.
My God!
And it's all about under, over, and exact. So, my question number 2, of the 171 players drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in 21st century, how many of them play in NHL? Maybe not with them or with them, it's not a matter. They play a minimum 1 game of all the players drafted. The number is 67. Is it under, over, or exact? Here we go, Pierre. Ron Wiking said exact. RG said exact. Thank you, both of you. Both of you start with an exact. Who following after that? We have Yamo said over. We have Jose Duarte said exact. We have Scarchi said exact. We have Alexandre Maillard said under. François Pitre said exact. Joseph Lamb said under. We have Robert over. We have ENORTAP said exact. We have Corey Hill said over. And we have Pierre Martin said over. We have exact for Andrew because he copied ENORTAP. Usually he's wrong. Surprisingly,
Oh my God!
I'm surprisingly, everybody have a good answer at the beginning. They all did under or exact, and Yamo went with over. He did it. Yamo take the lead alone with 2 good answers. Corey Hill joined the party with Robert Allen with 1 good answer, and then Ron, Joseph, Jose, ENORTAP, and Andrew are 0-2 at that moment, and that's what we are. And last question of the day is still have a chance for everybody to win. At least someone have a good answer or 2 good answer. If Yamo cannot get that one over there, possibly we have a tie game today. We'll see what's happening about that one over there. People don't trust me, Yamo. Question number 3. We start with 171 players. We went to 68 players. And now for the last question of the day. Of the 68 players play in the NHL drafted by the Montreal Canadiens, how many of them play 100 or more game in NHL? The number looking is 37. Is it under, over, or exact? Andrew. And after that, what's wrong with you? Here we go. This is the last one. Can Yamo go 3-3? Robert said under. And we have Ron with King said under. Can Ron go with 0-3 today? Jose said over. We have Alexandre said under. Joseph said under. Joseph possible he get also 3. ENORTAP said exact. Then we have Go Yamo Go. Maxac said exact. And then we have exact for Scorchi too. He said for exact. Roger Delaney for 1 answer today. He said under. Yamo said exact. And then we have RJ said over. RJ is right here. And then François Pitt said under. François Pitt, he has 1 good answer so far. Corey Hill said over. Corey Hill have 1 good answer so far. And Pierre Martin said exact. Pierre Martin is going to give him that possible center. Andrew does not listen in our tap, Mr. Andrew. Wow, Mr. Andrew did not copy. So, you know, that's enough. After 2, I have to go with my own decision. I have to go with under and let ENORTAP go with exact. But ladies and gentlemen, you not believe it because he did it. Yamo Vertanen set 3-3 is the only winner of the show today with 3 good answers and 3 following by Pierre Martin Escorchi with 2 good answers. We have a bunch of people with 1 good answer, and we have Jose Duarte, we have Joseph Laham, and Ron with Kings, and Andrew Lapage, all 4 with 0. But we have the winner of the day, ladies and gentlemen, 3-3, Yamo Vertanen. The quiz guru, Yamo did it today. Congratulations, Yamo, about that one over there. Congratulations for everybody. Guys, don't forget, we are back tonight at 6 o'clock for the normal back regular show at the warm-up show with ENORTAP. From 7:30, we do the game Toronto Panthers versus Washington. For 3 more games on the program tonight. And we really appreciate, guys, to be part of the show. Don't forget, if you leave, to click on the likes, and we appreciate. Don't forget watching my video every morning at 11 o'clock. Please click on the bell of your notification. You can watch this video. Watch the video until to the end. That will helping us to grow. And click on the likes and leave your feedback. If you want to have some content you want me to talk about, ask me. I will do it for you. But until then, we want to remind you, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Yes, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you so much for everything. Before we leave, like they were going to said, of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate what Mr. ENORTAP and RJ, they would said 2022. I'm going to leave you with the reaction again of the Insider Hockey Nation last night when we hear what? Of course, we hear this one over there. Let's see one more time. I wish you an amazing, great afternoon, everybody.
The first overall selection in the 2022 NHL Draft belongs to the Montreal Canadiens.
Number 1. The number 1. The Montreal Canadiens! The Montreal Canadiens! Here we go! Here we go! The Montreal Canadiens! Reverse! Here we go! The Montreal Canadiens is number 1 of 2022! Showing right at home!
And take a step out into the
You're welcome, Pierre. Thank you, Jose. And after Sada, Corey Hill, Andrew, Joseph, Ron with Kings, Mike's up, ENORTAP, Yamo Vertanen, Alexandre Meilleur, we have also François Pitt, RJ, Scorsi, Robert Adams. If I forget your name, I apologize. Because ENORTAP. We love you, ENORTAP. I know you back is big. You have the target and you're back, ENORTAP.
Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be.
Have a great one, Pete.